The old immigrants. Between 1800 and 1880, more than 10 million immigrants came to the United States. These people became known as the old immigrants. Most came from Northern and Western Europe, primarily from the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, the German states, Sweden, and Norway. Most of these immigrants were Protestant Christians. Their cultures were fairly similar to those of the original American settlers. Why did the old immigrants come to the United States? Some came to have a voice in their government. Others came to escape political turmoil. Still others sought religious freedom. Some, like the Irish, came to escape poverty and starvation. Most immigrants, however, came in search of economic opportunity. They had limited prospects in their home countries, where jobs were scarce and nobles and the church controlled most of the land. The huge supply of open farming land in the United States and the easy access to it attracted millions of Northern and Western Europeans in the decades before 1880. Europeans, however, were not the only ones to come to the United States during these early waves of immigration. About 25,000 Chinese immigrants arrived to seek their fortunes in the late 1840s and early 1850s, lured by news of the California gold rush. After the gold rush faded, more Chinese immigrants came to help build the nation's railroads, especially the first transcontinental railroad. Many later found employment as farmers, miners, or domestic servants. The new immigrants. From 1880 to 1910, a new wave of immigration brought some 18 million people to America. Their arrival would further transform the United States. Unlike the old immigrants, most of these new immigrants came from Southern and Eastern Europe. Many were Czech, Greek, Hungarian, Italian, Polish, Russian, or Slovak. Furthermore, most of these new immigrants were not Protestant Christians. Many were Roman Catholics, Orthodox Christians, or Jews. Arab, Armenian, and French-Canadian immigrants also poured in by the thousands. Smaller numbers of new immigrants came from East Asia. Chinese communities had flourished for decades in the western United States. Severe immigration laws in the 1880s reduced new Chinese arrivals to a trickle. However, an estimated 90,000 people of Chinese descent lived in the country in 1900. Meanwhile, Japanese immigrants were beginning to appear. The earliest came around 1885, when Japan decided to let laborers leave to work on sugar plantations in the Hawaiian Islands. From Hawaii, many Japanese moved to the United States. By 1904, about 10,000 Japanese lived in the United States. The massive flood of new immigrants dramatically changed the makeup of the American population. The United States became more diverse than ever before. In fact, by 1910, about 1 in 12 Americans had been born in a foreign country.